Hello chaps and chapettes, and welcome to another exciting episode down at the Little Farmer's Farm with me, Guru Mafinda. Now on today's episode we're going to be starting off some seeds. Seeds in the form of Brassica seeds. The Brassica family of plants is highly nutritious. We're going to be starting some, I think they're called a hispy type, aren't they, these ones? They're a cabbage, a pointed cabbage. Reliable old favourites, greyhound, that one. So we've got a greyhound, and then we've got an F1, which isn't a reliable old favourite, but it is club root resistant, and that's a cauliflower that we're going to be doing, called Zaragoza F1. So we're going to be starting them off, but first of all we've got to prepare our seed mix. Okay. So I've got some John Innes. Levington's John Innes, which is a seed compost. Now I got this because I thought, well, I don't really want to be sieving it too much, but to be honest with you, I'm not that impressed. It's like a soil that you get out of your garden. You just pull it out the ground. You know what I mean? It's nothing spectacular, I don't think, by the look of it. And as you can see, there's quite a few lumpy, bumpy bits in it when you start sieving it down. You look at that, quite a few lumpy, bumpy bits in it. So I don't think I'll be bothering again with that. I'll just get normal compost and just give. I'm going to have to sieve it anyway. I might as well just get the standard compost. But you sieve it down like that. This is a 5mm sieve, or a raddle, or whatever you want to call it, and that means that the little squares, yeah, are 5mm by 5mm, and so any particulates in the soil will be less than 5mm by 5mm. So that doesn't go to waste, that goes back onto the allotment. But I'm going to stick it in a bucket here at the side and just sieve it down. Now it just takes probably about 2 or 3 rattles, and I'm putting 3 to 4 handfuls in, ready to be rattled down like this. Get rid of all the try and squash all the big bits down. But yeah, it's not tickling me pickle, this, lads and lasses. It's not too spectacular for the price you pay. I think it was like a £5 for 25 litres, which I know is not going to really break the bank, but when you're chucking away probably, or chucking out onto the plot, probably 5 or 6 litres of the mix, then it's not too brilliant really, that, I don't think. But I'm a moaning get, boys and girls, a moaning get. Yeah, but that obviously the sieving sieves it down to a better consistency, a finer consistency, a finer mix. So I'm going to put another run through there, another 4 handfuls. As you can see, I've already started it, and you can see the white bits in there. The white bits you can see in there are it's perlite, quite fine perlite, and that assists in root development. It aerates the soil and helps the little roots from your seeds to spread within your mix, because that's what you want. You want, when we're putting them into these cells, these like 2-inch cells, these ones, I believe. In fact, I'll measure it now while you're here, while we've got you here. Yeah, I think they are. Or it'll be the metric equivalent of 2 inches. Yeah, so it's 6 centimetres, which is 2.5 inches. Actually, that's close to 7 centimetres that way, and it's 6 centimetres that way. Anyway, there you go. We're going to be filling these trays up, these cells up with the mix before we put our seeds in, because we're doing the brassicas. I like to give them a little bit more room than your standard cells. These are, I mean, you can use these ones, which are, you get 12, and the smaller, you know, the smaller cells. I just like to give them a bit more room to grow on, because they're going to be in these cells for about 6 weeks before they get planted out. They're going to be planted out sort of mid-April time. There we are, that's my final rattling. But you can see how much crap there is in there. Look at that. Not too fantastic, really, that. You're always going to get some of that, but it's about a bloody third. So that's all in there now. Next step is we get your perlite. Yeah, fine mix of perlite. And we add in about 30%. A couple of handfuls-ish of the perlite goes in, and then that gets all mixed up together. And as I say, that aerates the soil, so it's good for rooting and for cuttings. Promotes healthy root growth and aerates the mix. Aerates the mix. Okay. I should do this in an ASMR style, as we aerate the mix. Right, so push all that to the back. And get our tray, our cell tray. In that goes, in there. Okay. And fill her up. Fill her up. Magic Mick's next door. Magic Mick from old Mac Darby's farm. He's on. He's overclad in his shed at the back with some featherboard. We'll go and see him in a bit if he's still on. I don't think he's stopping on for long though. He's got stuff to do at home. You make sure that you well fill your cells by tapping it down like that. So all the mix is going in there, and then you, as I say, you just tap it down to make sure that it's all getting in and filling every portion of your cell. Okay. Okay. That's essentially it. Yeah. And then we make indentations, and I'm using a Sharpie pen. I'm just going to make some indentations for where the seed is going to be going, and we just put those in centrally to about a depth. I'm doing to a depth of about 1 centimetre. We should really check, shouldn't we? Okay. Doesn't tell you, will it? It's suggesting you go to about 2 centimetres there, actually. So we will. Yeah, that's about right, actually. By happy happenstance, I've done them to about 2 centimetres. Okay, so in there you go. We'll start with the top one first, which is our cauliflower, Zaragoza. Zaragoza F1. £3.20 for 25 seeds. Best be good, this. They're very small brassica seeds, little round balls, as you'll see when I open this. So we don't want to lose any of them. Any other Zaragoza F1. Just open this up. Come on, Tony. Right. Just be careful with them. Tiny, yeah. I'm stiff as a board, me. I went boxing training with our James last night. Lasted about 25 minutes before I thought I was going to have a stroke. But I've been I think I've been 3 or, is it 3 or 4? I think 3 times I've been to the gym with him this week. No, 4 times, if you include last Sunday. That's 4 times I've been in the gym this week. And I'm knackered. I'm an old man, me now. I'm 50. Nearly 51 actually. 51 this time. And I'm not used to the training. James did well though. He did a full last night. He did the full 45 minutes. I only managed about half an hour, I think, tops, because I was knackered. You try and get one seed, even though they're very tiny. Try and get one seed at a time in, so yeah, you don't have to thin them out when they burst through. Thinning them out just means you take one of them out, but that's a waste of a little plant, really, because they're difficult to separate. You can separate them, but they are difficult to separate. And I don't like to disturb a plant. Yep, see you, Mick. See you later, pal. That's Mick, he's off. So we might have to pick it up with him tomorrow. He's working tomorrow night, but he'll be on, I think, tomorrow. I'll put a description to his channel. He's close to 1,000 subscribers, Mick. And he deserves to have at least 1,000, you know. He deserves it. He's good. He's always up to something, him and Henry. Mate, they're always up to something down, and he's quite prolific with his uploads, Mick. He's better than me. He puts about 4 a week up. He's always up to something, do you know what I mean? I'll put a link to his channel in the description below. If we can get him above 1,000 subs, that'd be great. Yeah, he's a good lad, mate. Right. So in there you go. The tiny little seeds are in the tiny little holes. So I'm just going to sprinkle on the top. Cover them over. And then I'll tamp them down. The job's a good one. There's nothing to it really. Sowing your seeds. Keep it simple. Bit of prep, as you've just seen. I think the one that got away, them great big chunks. Okay, they're all in. Being very gentle, aren't I? Taking my time. But yeah, they're a couple of centimetres below ground level. It'll probably take a couple of weeks really for them to pop through, the little seedlings. I've been looking at my Bunyards exhibition that I did the other week, and they're just starting to bang through now. I think that was 2 weeks ago back when we did them. Not 100% sure, but they've started to burst through. Alright, they're all in. All we need to do now is label them up. So it's Zaragoza, is it? Zaragoza F1. Golly. So you get your little label, your ticket. And the date, which I think today is I think it's the 5th today. Yeah, I think it's the 5th. The 5th of the 3rd, 23. Time's flying, isn't it? Time flies when you're having fun. And there's how goes it. In we go with that one. And then we can put it into our watering tray then, which is the next step. Okay, so they're in the watering tray now, and the soil, via capillary action, will draw the water in the watering tray, draw the water up, moisten the soil, and kick off the seed. You can spray them from above as well, but once they're in there, and I put down the cover, yeah, on this coal frame. The coal frame is inside the tiki tunnel, yeah, which is our trampoline framed polytunnel. It'll draw it up, and also once that's down, moisture will build up on this, and then it'll just keep the moisture in the atmosphere, so all the soil should be not saturated, but you get what I mean, don't you? The water will be moist all the way through the mix, and that'll kickstart the process for the seeds to become seedlings, hopefully. Yeah, but you can't spray moisten the top of them anyway. I might well do that actually, but I shouldn't need to. It should draw up the water. There's only about a centimetre or so of water in there, and it'll draw it up. I'm going to fill up these trays today with all my seed starts, because I want I'm going to start off 30 of them because I want 24. So I'm going to start off 30 of those cauliflower. And then if we have any losses or any duds, we should still be covered. Yeah. 20% margin for error there. And there you have it, boys and girls. Zaragoza F1. Zaragoza F1. Yeah, we've got 30 of them. Actually, we only got 29. But there was only supposed to be 25 in the packet. We've got 29, which is alright, isn't it? Bonus. Some greyhound cabbage there. We've got 12 of those on the go. Also got some chards and beets. These are beet leaf, rainbow chard and rhubarb chard. Now, I've 15 of those, and I've 10 of those. And I've also got some beet roots in the form of cylindra and bolt hardy. Bolt hardy beetroot. And we got some whoppers last year. There was one, excuse me, of those cylinder that was 15 inches long. They've been cluster planted though, mind you, which means there's 2 or 3, maybe even 4 sometimes per cell. Now they'll still grow, you'll still get beets off them. They won't quite be as big though, but you'll get more of them obviously. More bang for your buck if you like. So yeah, we've got these, and here's some we started earlier. If you look at these cells, there's a bit of disturbance to a lot of the centres of them, and in places you can actually see that the Bunyard's exhibition broad bean is poking through. Underneath there, give them another week, they'll all be up then. The shallots are a bit behind, they're not performing, but the garlics have started popping through. These are on the 18th, it's exactly 2 weeks ago, the 18th of February, when I put those in. And those are Casablanca garlic, seed garlics. We've got the shallots there, we've only got 6 of them, but hopefully they'll turn into like 5 or 6 other shallots. Once they grow on, they split and they become further shallots as they're going on. Centurion onions, they're bursting through, sticking the snouts up in the air. But these ones, these Red Baron, there's only one sprouting through. Only one there. There's time yet. They'll be fine. They'll be okay. The roots will be getting established underneath ground level or underneath compost level. Oh, just banged my head on that. Got these up here as well. I've got these that we dried out from last year, which are the butter beans, but they're going to have to wait a couple of months before the butter beans go in. Same with these green beans. The magical elf beans, those are, off Joe Lowe, the wise old elf. But I've got these. I'm just keeping them up out of the way here so the mice don't get to them. It says February to May for these, but I'm going to be starting those next week, and I'm going to be filling in these gaps at the back and the side here with those next week. So yeah, that should be fine and dandy. Now for the broccoli and for this particular type of cauliflower, which is called Romanesco and looks absolutely cool, nice them. I've never managed to grow one to full fruition though, but I'm going to try my best this year with them, because don't they look excellently cool, them? That little spirally pyramids on the florets, a lime green curd. So yeah, but we've got like I say, we've got the rhubarb chard, and we've also got the rainbow chard on the go in there. I'm going to be starting some peas next week as well. Kelvedon Wonder. Yeah, to start. So now I've got some other peas here as well. I've got some early onward peas, February starters. And like I said, we've got the broad beans there. Sorry, started the broad beans off, and they're poking the noses through, as you can see there. So how many have we got of those? 15, 24. Have I got that right? Yeah? No? Got 9 and 15 is 24. I have got it right. Okay. So stay tuned for tomorrow, boys and girls, because tomorrow we're going to be starting off the spuds. We're going to be starting off spuds in buckets in the form of Ulster Prince. Yeah, got quite a few Ulster Prince, probably got about 30 Ulster Prince, and I'm going to be starting them off. I'm going to be starting them off, I think, tomorrow. Those are the first earlies, the Ulster Prince, and they're lovely. These are particularly big specimens, really, of the Ulsters. These. Shitting nicely there, as you can see. Plenty of chits coming through. Right. No chit. I'll see you tomorrow, boys and girls. Take care of yourselves and each other. You've been wonderful, beautiful and fragrant if you're a lady. You've been masculine, forthright and virile as ever if you're a gentleman. And if you've been something in between, you've been something in between. If I don't see you through the week, I'll see you through the window. But hopefully I will be seeing you tomorrow for the spuds. Right, take care now. Crack on. God bless. Ta-da.